Hey, what's up? So I was listening to Dusty Smith, his um, progressive talk live show. I was watching after it's already been recorded, and I've been watching so much for these past few months. I mean, seriously, I've been watching all of these podcasts, and I've listened to the numbers of death grow every month. It literally exponential. Exponential, for those that don't mean it, it means that it's growth over growth. It's just it multiplies. So if you've got 5 people dying on Monday, you got another 5 people dying, another 5 people dying, and it keeps the same on the week. That's not exponential. That's is steady. Is something that can be really, really studied and maybe counted. But when you've got 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, 7 on Wednesday, 9, then you've got 15, 20, 25, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's exponential. And that 100 turns, it just blows up 300, 700, 800, 1500, 2000. I'm not saying that's how this virus death toll blew up. No, I'm just giving an example of exponential. And honestly, it's May. It's near the end of May, and we are at 3,000 plus dead per day. And we were, it's hard to say how many. And that 3,000 is real. It's not even, that's just what's reported. What about the ones that's not reported? Look, September 11th, 2001, I was on the job, and then dude comes up to me and he says, "We just got hit." I was like, "Huh?" "We just got attacked. It's on the news. We just got hit." So I'm like, "Okay." It was a white dude, patriotic, actually patriotic, patriotic. He wasn't, and if he was right wing, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. And I watched on TV in the building that I was working, and I saw the Twin Towers on fire, burning. I saw them burning. I go back to my job. I got to do my job. I remember being worried about a friend of mine. I'll call him out because I can't get in contact with him. Maybe he stumbles across this, but his name was Damian Wilkerson. I don't know if he was in the towers near it, if he was even in New York at the time. I just remember he said he had family there, so I was always worried about him. Never gonna hear from him, but I don't know his fate one way or the other all these years. So I remember people going to war. It was a bunch of lies. I'm not gonna relitigate that crap. No, but because of that one building where about 2,760 some people died, something in that ballpark, they died. The death toll kept altering: 1,500, 3,000, 1,500, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,500, 2,800. It kept fluctuating. It wasn't that people were being found, they just kept saying different numbers. And then all the "we'll never forget." We'll never forget. That happened. So after that, we go to war where over 100,000 people have been killed on both sides. On both sides. I mean, their families will never see them again. Even to this day, there's pain in those families. So, you know, that's tragic. I mean, if you ever lost someone you love, you know how that must feel. I'm sure you do. You got to know how that feel. That pain, that anguish. What could you have done? What could you have said? You know, did you say the right thing or the wrong thing? What was their last words? What was their last thoughts? Did they suffer? Was it quick? Was it painless? You hope so. Did they feel anything at all? You hope not. It just went. Because the thought of dying and it being painful, that's scary. Because nobody wants to go like that. They just want to go. They want to go peacefully, slowly in their sleep. You got to wonder what those people that in the top of the towers and the middle floors that stuff came crushing down, did they fall with it? Did it impale them as they fell? Did they burn as they fell? Did some fall from the top and live to the bottom, cut up, maybe cut in half, and alive to smell the wreckage and hear the twisted burning metal and other people screaming? Yeah, it's scary to think about. You don't want to hear it. Don't say that. Don't talk like that. What's wrong with you? This is life. This is what happened. And to say don't talk like that is like it's just saying we don't care about their death rattles. We don't care about their life. We don't care how they went away. All of that over 2 buildings falling. They're still in war today, 19 years later. 19 years. There's no victory other than corporations getting their money. There's no victory other than trying to send minorities to countries that have been trained to hate minorities, just like this country. So now we've got COVID-19 literally killing more per day than bin Laden's right-hand man killed in one fell swoop in one day. And I want you to think about this. You are there and you're literally, you could stay inside. You could self-quarantine. You could have been a part of the solution. You really could. But instead, what did you want? What did you want? You wanted to exercise your freedom. You can do whatever you want. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want. Don't matter. Doesn't matter who you breathe on, cough on, if you get sick, or if you're asymptomatic. Don't matter. You don't want to be uncomfortable in a mask. You don't want to be self-quarantined. You don't want to be trapped in your home. First world problems. But that's what you don't want. You don't want it. So you risk killing so many, because that's why right now is at 90,000. It's over 90,000 people that have died. You know, even if it was asphyxiation via the lungs, kidney failure, you know, they could say it was heart failure. Yeah, they wouldn't have had it if they didn't get COVID-19. And if it's in their system, that's what did it. And you want everything to reopen. You want money flowing to the hands of the wealthy more than it already has. You want that. You want to go get a haircut because, you know, hair growing is a bother. It's just a horrible thing. I mean, I'll cut my own hair. You can do the same thing, but, you know, why do that yourself? You must have someone else do it. Someone else must do that. You can't cut your own hair. That's just so beneath you. You can't exercise in your house. What are you, an animal? Can't do that. You want to just do whatever you want. See, that's white privilege. Black people can't go jogging. Black people can't even stay in their house sleep. Black people can't even sleep in their car after they've been up all day and just probably don't want to go home anyway. What can black people do without getting shot or killed? No. You literally have a deadly virus swimming amongst you. And you just go out into your parties, to the beaches, just because it's America and you can do whatever you want. You want to go into grocery stores and do all this other stuff without a mask, without gloves. Because it's America. You can do whatever you want. And you are attributing to 3,000 plus people dying every single day. You don't know them. You won't meet them. You might see them at a cursory glance and move on. That's about it. But you'll never know how many people you, by talking, by breathing without a mask, how you're murdering people. And you still to this day bang your war drums and your hammers about 9/11, about how the Middle East, they kill so many people. You bang your war drums and you espouse that. And then you talk about black on black crime as if that absolves you from all of this white on white crime because you can do whatever you want. It's America. Oh yeah, it's a white America. It is. White people got the power. White people are in charge. That's how it is. Even when Obama was president, he wasn't in charge. Mitch McConnell was. He wasn't in charge. Hillary Clinton, Betsy DeVos, Nancy Pelosi, they were in charge. When, no matter what, Obama did what he was supposed to do and he shut the hell up because he wasn't in charge. You white people, right? We'll never forget 9/11. It was so serious that you've cost over 100,000 people around the world, two or three nations, their lives. You caused all that grief and all that pain, all this anger and rage that lasts to today. Teaching your children to hate people in the Middle East, hate brown people, hate black people. You sure shit ain't stopping it. But, it's okay to allow someone to start a war so you can go and just kill some minorities because that's just fun. That's fun. That's just you going out just being a patriot. How about being a patriot and keeping your ass inside? Okay, let's throw it out there. Y'all racist white people, you don't like black people, you don't like brown people. That's fine. What happens? What happens if all the minorities decided it just clicked up there for them? Let's self-quarantine. Let's stay inside. Let's order online. Let's not go outside. Let's just keep our black asses inside. And when I say that, I'm talking about anyone, Mexican or Asian, Latino, Latina, it don't matter, Spanish. Gonna keep our black asses inside. All of us, Native American and more. Keep ourselves inside, and the only ones that go out are you. What happens when those neighbors start to vanish? What happens when you start realizing, oh my goodness, our white people are dropping like flies? What happens when it's not just the elderly and you're like, oh no, it's affecting the younger ones. It's affecting us. Oh no, somebody save us. Somebody tell us what to do. It won't be that way. You'll blame the minorities. You'll say the Chinese made it, but the blacks and the natives and the Mexicans and the other Asians and the islanders, they all spread it, and then they went inside because they knew they'd be safe from their own sickness that they spit to the outside and then run inside so everyone else can get it but them. That's your level of brightness. And then you might just say, wow, Sidra, that was stupid. Nobody would ever believe that. Really? How many of you injected bleach into you? You're not going to answer because you're dead. How many of you gargled bleach? How many of you drank bleach? How many of you Tide Pod challengers are still around? Tell me, huh? How many? I'm holding my mic. How many of you? I'm curious. You know, how many of you listened to Donald Trump about hydroxychloroquine? How many? And what happened? Heart failure, kidney failure. You know, you die because you got issues. It doesn't prevent COVID-19. It doesn't get rid of COVID-19. This the same president that wants to stick UV lights in your body. Got to get it in there somehow. We're going to inject bleach, you know. Oh, it was a joke, you know. Hey, asking my viewers, you want to go outside and we can have sex with donkeys? Well, no, I don't mean it. I'm just kidding. Unless you all right with it. That's kind of how it's going. See, Trump is a bullshit artist. And some people get food once and then they're like, oh shit, this ain't cool. You know? And then the rest is like, I can't get food again. But they just fall for it because, you know, we hate blue. And blue, Democrats, I don't know if you know this. The Democrats, they're shh, don't tell nobody this now. They're the Republicans too. They're red. They're centrist. They're center right. Right in the middle. But on the right side. You know what makes them on the right side? Because, you know, they work for corporations. They didn't tell you that, did they? Yeah. Yeah, it's a big secret, man. Nobody knows that. See, Democrats want to get over there and infect the Republicans with democratic ways. That's why Democrats move to the center. See? And once they infect, all right, the Republicans with democratic ways, that's when all the minorities go out and give COVID-19 to every Republican because now everybody will be friends. And then that means all the Republicans die off because the minorities, they the ones that got y'all sick. And then they ran into the house. That's when all you Republicans die off. And then the Republican Party is gone because there ain't enough people to hold it. And then the Democrats become the new Republicans. And then it's only one party because there's not enough Republicans. See, that's the plan. I wonder how many you dumbasses are actually like, oh, he's got something there. Oh, man. But yeah, 9/11, how serious was it? It wasn't. It was a joke because you don't even take it serious. Because if you took 9/11 serious, you know what you would do? You keep your ass inside. That's what you would do. You would keep your ass inside. You would not go with these conspiracy theories. You would listen to the doctors instead of saying fire the doctors. You would listen to the scientists instead of demonizing them. Look, I'll be honest with you, and I'm practically done. I know that you've been lied to. I understand that. And I'm talking to, look, please, anyone listen, share this with Republicans. Share this with your conservative friends. Share this with anyone that doesn't take COVID-19 serious. Share it. Share it with those patriots that was all about 9/11 and getting revenge. Share it. Because 9/11 is 19 years old. 9/11 was the start of multiple wars. 9/11 killed over 100,000 people. 9/11 was all because two planes slammed into two buildings, killing at most 3,000 people at one time. 9/11 is going on today, every day, and tomorrow, next week, and it's going to get worse because people, white people, will not keep their ass inside. And these are the racists. These are the gun-toting Second Amendment. I can do whatever I want because it's America. I have the freedom. I woke up a free person. I'm going to do whatever I want. And I get to make you sick and die because I don't feel like inconveniencing myself with a few things. Staying inside, ordering online, disinfecting what you get, so just in case it's on there from where it was shipped from, and doing this for 2.5 months tops, maybe 3, to make sure it's completely wiped out. And anyone who is sick, stay inside. And anyone who's not sick, maybe go out. But no, you listen to your Republican friends, you restart the country, and it's never stopped. All you did was go back out, you get sick, you may be asymptomatic, you take it home. I'll give you some case in points. Listen to Benjamin Dixon. Some well-to-do guy came from Italy, and he was sick. He was escaping Italy when it blew up there. It was all just death around him. But he left, brought it to his son in Atlanta, Georgia. His son got it, went to school. His 15-year-old son. So what happens when he's in school and he had to go by a bunch of people? He had to be in a class. Whether he's asymptomatic or not, is still 2 to 14 days before any symptoms. Not before you die. There's going to be about 2 weeks before you dead. Maybe 3 at a stretch. But he gave it to his whole class. Oh, wait, that's right. You got 6 classes a day. Each class with 30 people. Atlanta blew up. That's what happened. And there was an Atlanta in California. There was an Atlanta in Washington. An Atlanta in New York. An Atlanta in Florida. And when those people do that, they spread it exponentially because they're going to give it to 20 or 30. And those 20 or 30 are going to take it home and give it to their family. And their families are going to go to work or whatnot and give it to people. And all the time they're hearing what's going on, but they are not abiding by it. That's what you want. That's what you got. And now you just want to blame China for what you did. Because, yeah, it stopped. Everything could have been ended if Trump didn't, hide it. No, Trump hid it just like China did. China didn't want to get out because they'd be embarrassed. They wanted to stop it. Trump knew it. He was told about it. He could have said, hey, instead of dumping stocks, let's go ahead and warn the people and close the borders. Let's close air travel and let's just rest for a while and see how the world goes because we're going to be safe. Nope. He allowed those well-to-do people to come back. And they went to every single one of those major states. And, yeah, those are the ones that blew up first. There's a 9/11 every day. And nobody white cares. And you might be saying, why don't you talk about the black people? Black people was excluded from 9/11. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, black people had nothing to do with it. We weren't on TV. The families lost in there. No one cared about black families lost. No one cared about black businesses destroyed from the towers falling. Just the white businesses and how they have to clean up and all this. Nobody cared about black people. Nobody cared about Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. Nobody. They didn't care. They didn't care about Asians. They didn't give a shit about anybody. So all the minorities were excluded. Only people cared about were white people. So I can't talk about how minorities felt because we weren't allowed to feel. The most that a minority was allowed to do when it came to 9/11 was P.D. Pablo with his song. Went from North Carolina, he changed it to USA. Probably got a good deal of money on it, got a lot of fame and stuff, and then P.D. Pablo went away. And they didn't need him anymore. The wars are on. And they're back. You can stop this 9/11 from happening. But, you got to exercise your freedom to kill. Because that's what you're doing. The problem is, white people, you're not looking in the right mirror. No. You just keep looking in the right wing mirror. and you're so happy with that image that you have no idea of the evil that you've become. This is the example of being hoisted by your own petard. I hope you're happy with it. And if you're mad at me, leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know why I'm wrong. Give an argument. And if you want to talk, we can do that on your time. We can do that your platform or whatever the hell it is. You want to use Zoom, Discord, your Discord. What you got, I'll try to match it. We can have a conversation. We can. I don't care. But this is what you've done to 9/11. It's a joke. It's a laughing stock. Because every last one that died that you went to murder for is in vain. Because we should have a wall for this, like Vietnam, where so many died. Think about the military with Vietnam. They weren't greeted happily when they came back. And I don't think any of you should be greeted happily while you're out. So you can take that with you. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.